My toddler just does not listen to me. How can I discipline my toddler and get them to obey me? Why can't they just listen when I say something once? It's really frustrating to keep repeating myself and very disrespectful and embarrassing to see my toddler royally ignore me when I ask him to do something. Well, you are absolutely justified in feeling the way you do. When your toddler refuses to listen to you, when a tiny little being begins to exercise so much power that they start controlling our emotions and our life indirectly, it sure is a matter of concern. But like always, let's explore your toddler's side of the story. Why is your toddler behaving like this? Here's what you need to know. Defiance and disobedience comes from disconnection. Let me explain that. You have a boss at work who's always barking orders at you, overloading you with do this, do that, without a bit of consideration for you. How good would you feel about cooperating with your boss and doing what he asked you to? You wouldn't feel like working for him, isn't it? Similarly, commands, demands, threats, punishment, yelling, if these are common practice at your home, you can be sure over time your toddler will harden his heart, and because they lack the complex thinking to rationalize that, oh, mama is saying this and doing this for my own good, I must listen to her. Because they can't do that, they'll behave the way they feel. I mean, when they feel bad within, when they feel disconnected with you, the light of their world, they just cannot function right. And that shows in their behavior as disobedience, tantrums, and meltdowns. Other reasons to explore are, do you speak too much? Are you constantly giving them instructions all the time? Then they've possibly learned to tune you out. Your words have lost their value. Do you nag them, blame, or shame them? Why can't you listen to me? You're a bad boy or girl. You're becoming very stubborn. When you say these things, over time, a negative self image is getting created in your toddler's mind and heart, which they might accept, and they will start living up to that negative self image with more disobedience and stubbornness. Or they will learn to ignore you so they can avoid the bad feelings that come up, knowing that you don't approve of them. All of this is real stuff that's happening within your toddler's mind and body. Remember, every experience and interaction is shaping their brain in positive or negative ways. Other times, there are simpler, more innocent reasons behind why your toddler does not listen to you. It could be that they genuinely did not hear you. They were so engrossed in play, so what you said just did not register. It's possible that they did not understand your instructions properly and so they just got stuck, not knowing what to do or how to do it. Or it could be that notorious testing the limit experiment. Their refusal to listen might just be a way of testing your authority or power. It's entertaining and enlightening for your toddler to see how many times you'll repeat yourself and the action you will take each time they don't listen. Toddlers are funny people. Though in the moment, it's not that funny for you, I know. If we ask when, besides the need for connection and power, disobedience and defiance could arise in the moment if their basic health needs of hunger, sleep are not met. Think, are they needing predictability in routines and your responses? Are they needing inclusion and want to feel involved in the task? Are they needing evolution and want to do things themselves? So, this behavior is a tough one, and you are in the best position to decode and understand what's truly beneath your child's defiance. You will need to address and meet those needs to help your toddler cooperate with you. Of course, I'll help you with some ideas. So, what do I want to teach and achieve now and later? In the moment, it's a no brainer. I just want them to cooperate with me. I just want them to listen and do what I'm asking them to do, period. In the long run, I want them to become a genuine listener who can follow instructions when needed. I also want my child to feel confident to disagree when needed, to problem solve and come up with a solution that works for both parties. Yes, this means you will need to make space for them to disagree with you. You're not raising a robot, you're raising an independent thinker, a problem solver, a confident decision maker. And that's possible only if you allow for opportunities rather than expect them to mindlessly obey and comply with you all the time. So, how can you achieve your discipline goals here? We are going to address the root causes that we discussed, and we are going to make it easier and possible for our toddler to listen to us and cooperate with us. Let's start with the simple things that you can do to invite their cooperation. Don't instruct until you have their attention. Don't say things from the other room or from a distance and expect your toddler to obey instantly. Connect with your body first. Move in closer, make eye contact, a gentle rub on the back if needed, and then instruct. Keep your instructions short and positive. Do this is easier for your toddler to understand rather than don't do this. For example, instead of don't write in the walls, say, here, you can write on this paper as you gently move them away from the walls. Instead of stop jumping on the sofa, say, here, you can jump on the floor as you gently lift them off the sofa and place them on the floor. Move in physically to communicate the limit and also to follow through and stick with the limits. Words are often not enough. Notice how we move in and help our toddlers stick with the limit in the previous examples of writing on the walls and jumping on the sofa. Most importantly, be clear and consistent with your calm responses. Master the calm reframe and first connect, then correct or instruct. It will sound like this. I see you're having a lot of fun spitting the water. You look really excited. I can't let you spit here. We only spit in the bathroom. Come, here's some water. You can spit and play in the bathroom. Sounds easy and doable, right? Well, here's a situation you might face. What do we do when they're just saying, no, I don't want to for everything, and throwing a big tantrum around the tiniest of tasks? Let's say, let's brush. No, I don't want to brush. Let's have a bath. No, I don't want to have a bath. Remember, the word no has a lot of power, and your toddler is exercising his natural urge for autonomy and power with this simple two-letter word. Don't take it personally, and don't judge your toddler as being stubborn and defiant. He's just being a typical toddler. How do you handle this? Acknowledge their no with calm. It will sound like this. I hear you don't want to clean up now. It's hard to clean up when there's so much to do. We need to make sure the bed is clean so we can sleep. Do you want to pick your favorite blocks, or do you want to hold this box so I can fill it with the blocks? Offer choices to give your toddler age appropriate power. I hear you don't want to put your clothes on right now. Do you want to put them after 5 minutes or after 10 minutes? Let's set a timer. Let them take lead where they can. Baby, we need to clean up. Can you show me where these toys go? These are ways in which you can give your toddler the much needed power they seek so that they don't have to snatch the power from you by saying no or disobeying you to show you who's the boss. Also, make sure you watch or revisit the Preventing Tantrums module to learn about these discipline tools in detail. Be willing and ready to repeat your words and actions on loop as many times as the situations arise with a calm and confident tone. What you say and how you say it could make the difference between whether your toddler cooperates or resists. Do you tend to say, it's time for a bath, okay? It's time for lunch, okay? That okay question mark is an invitation for your toddler to exercise his power and say no. Or do you ask open-ended questions like, do you want to have a bath now? This is too big a decision for your toddler to make. Remember, you make the big decisions. They make the small choices. So get rid of the okay and open-ended questions. Instead, put on your calm, confident coach hat and say, it's time for a bath. Let's go. In addition, making sure the basics are in place, like having clear and consistent rules and routines. So your toddler knows what to expect and when that happens, they'll tend to test the limits less often and they adapt to the routines. Infuse playfulness whenever you can. It's a short way to invite your toddler's cooperation. They just can't resist fun. Include them and encourage autonomy when they get to do things themselves or be involved in some way. They will happily cooperate with you. If and when there are tantrums, which there will be, respond with a pause, like you've learned in the Managing Tantrums module. Don't get too emotional. Don't overreact to your toddler's behavior, like talking angrily to them, nagging and yelling. When we're emotional, kids get distracted by our emotion and they lose sight of our message. When our response to their behavior and our instructions come in a neutral, calm, confident tone, over time your toddler loses the urge to test that limit. And as you keep redirecting them to the right behavior, it registers in their brain. Then they will give up on the undesirable behavior. Don't bring too much attention to the not listening or disobedience. Don't say or nag, "Why can't you listen? I've told you 20 times already." Rather, just move in physically and help them obey. And calmly and confidently say, "Oops, I think you didn't hear me." Tell the trucks you'll see them later. If you like, you can have one of the trucks at the table. It's time for lunch. Give up on labels. Be sure you're not carrying any labels in your mind about your child being stubborn because the way we perceive our kids affects the way we parent. So see your child for who they really are, a tiny little human being who needs your help and guidance. Descriptively praise and appreciate when your child does listen. "Wow, you got a full lunch the minute I called you. That was great. Thank you." When you do all of this, you're naturally connecting with your toddler by tuning into his needs and meeting them, which naturally helps your toddler want to cooperate with you. If you feel your toddler's defiance is just next level, then it's a clear signal that you need to work harder on your connection. Please revisit the section Connection Rituals and Special Time in the Preventing Tantrums module, where you'll find simple and effective ways to rebuild and restore connection with your toddler, which is the key for cooperation. Finally, as you expect your toddler to listen to you, are you listening to your toddler? When your toddler speaks with you, he's so excitedly showing his tower of blocks to you. Are you distracted in your own thoughts or your phone? We're all guilty of that at times, including me. So let's model attentive listening to our little ones. They learn the most by watching us. So when they speak, make eye contact. Respond with care by matching their emotions. "Wow, that's such a tall tower you built. How are you feeling?" Invite them to share more. That's how our toddlers will learn and grow up to be genuine and caring listeners.